that's sort of why, Chase, we've been so hyper focused on helping agencies because I realized that people that are using HighLevel, if they're not giving it a fair shot and not giving it a fair, getting a fair understanding of how to use this thing, they may be missing out on a huge opportunity. Right, HighLevel is really becoming the backbone of the marketing agencies, and it's a great opportunity, software platform wise. Right, you don't have to go out and get your own dev team to build everything that costs millions of dollars. You're paying $487 a month. I mean, what a deal, right? And all you need to do is invest the time to learn the platform.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the HighLevel Spotlight Sessions, where we showcase awesome marketers doing awesome marketing. Today, I'm excited to be joined once again by Mr. Beant Singh of Extendly. Beant, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Chase. Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone.
If you haven't watched the previous episodes, you should probably check them out. Extendly is an incredible resource for high levelers. They're on a mission to kind of make your high-level journey as easy as possible. And today we're going to talk about a few new acquisitions they've made and see what's new in the Extendly library. First of all, congrats on the new acquisitions. Walk us through that.
Thank you. Yeah, really appreciate that. It's exciting to be able to, first off, even have the thought about wanting to acquire someone, and then and then being able to actually acquire them as well. So GHL Experts is one of our acquisitions that we announced about. It made perfect sense, once we realized what our goals are as a company and what we want to do, which came to the point of, hey, we just want to help high levelers make their journey as easy as possible. Right. And once that gets set in place, you start planning around that. And GHL Experts was a perfect pick. We looked at several different companies and we said, well, let's approach them. Had a conversation. They were interested in joining us as well. So it made a perfect sense to do that and bring them on. Now we're excited to have their dev team join us. They have a bunch of different resources. They've been around way longer than Extendly has been around, so that was exciting, and I think we're going to be able to help a lot of high-level users make more sense of utilizing HighLevel in different ways and optimizing it for their businesses.
Very cool. Is there anything that you're most excited about that was kind of in their catalog that you guys now have under your roof?
Absolutely. So we didn't have a dev team on our side at all. So our dev team was very small. We were just fiddling with bringing on sort of SaaS add-on style products, and they already had that established. They have an amazing dev team, Fur, Anas, Shaw, amazing guys, and they've been doing this for a while. So and with their expertise on their dev side and being able to develop add-on products to HighLevel, just made perfect sense to join our support team with their dev team and provide more of a to Z style services to customers.
It's super cool. If you guys are watching again and you haven't watched the previous interviews with Beant, Extendly traditionally has been there for you as far as support. So let's say you go into SaaS mode and you don't want to be answering questions about software, you can install their white labeled support product and they will actually handle those tickets for you, which is pretty awesome. Now they've partnered with one of the oldest, I would say, dev partners of the HighLevel community, and who have built a bunch of cool add-ons and stuff like that that you can kind of bolt on to HighLevel, turn on to HighLevel to expand the functionality in different directions. I think famously had a reputation management snapshot, I believe, that I know a lot of folks use. So they have a lot of tried and true products, and I think that's a pretty big acquisition for you guys. So congrats on that one.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, their reputation engine. They actually turned it into a software from just being a snapshot. So it has a whole back end, 60 plus reputation management sites that you can combine. So it's exciting. We're obviously adding AI to it as well with the with everything going on with AI. So that's gonna help a lot.
Very cool. So now talk to me about the acquisition of the academy. So Steph, Melissa Blair, big shout out. They've been a part of the community for a long, long time, very active in the community. If you ever hop on one of our monthly town halls, you'll be sure to see them there. I was really excited to see that you guys acquired, that you guys came together as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And with, like I said, with having that goal in mind, when you know it and it's a clear picture goal that this is all you want to do, then all this stuff make perfect sense. So with Melissa and Stephanie having a certification division where they were helping their clients and others get very well acknowledged with HighLevel, so they can use it for themselves, and that in bringing that on and turning it into the Academy for HighLevel made perfect sense. So now everything from just when someone just signs up and they're like, oh my god, amazing software, but where do I get started, right? So we put together structured courses, lessons to sort of walk them through and educate them with what is HighLevel, how does it help you, simple things like what is an agency view and what is a sub account, the differences between them, right? So helping them understand all that back end. And Melissa and Stephanie were also excited to join us on this mission as well. So that's going to be amazing to team up together and be able to teach our way through HighLevel and educate people, so that and it even helps our support side as well.
I was going to say, if I can sort of read between the lines here, does this create sort of a path to employment at GetExtendly? Some of these folks who are going to be getting certified might end up working at Extendly, answering the white labeled questions that are coming through the ticketing systems.
Yeah, it most definitely does. It most definitely does. There's so the goal, overall goal has been helping as many people as possible, whether they're an agency owner or a VA, get started with HighLevel, right? Which is sort of why we kind of got away from doing our own SaaS. That was we started with our own white label SaaS, and we kind of did it hand on hand together with Extendly. But once we got super focused on Extendly, it made sense to just go all in with it. And not that SaaS wasn't profitable, that was actually doing very well. It was actually easier than having to manage Extendly at this point. So, but when you start teaching people and they're learning HighLevel, now we're able to also have a talent pool there directly for ourselves as well, right? And bring them on as someone who's already gone through our courses, know what we teach, what we want you to learn, and how to provide support. That also paves the way for them to have employment opportunities. And of course, it helps agency owners and their staff to learn HighLevel, how to use HighLevel, how to pitch HighLevel to their customers. Also, we even I don't know if you know this or not, we even started coaching lessons in our Extendly HighLevel group, where every day, Monday to Friday, we've got James Hurst, Joel Keddy, Zach Gilliland. They're hosting 2 sessions, 9 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Pacific. And all they're doing is teaching people how to use HighLevel. Any technical questions that come up, tips and tricks. So they're providing that information to agency owners so they can join in and learn more about HighLevel. And then we partnered with Alex Shilinsky from Prospecting on Demand. One of the biggest questions we got was, okay, now I know HighLevel, how do I sell it, right? So we brought their team on. They're teaching prospecting. They're well known in the prospecting and sales coaching area, so they're teaching prospecting and sales coaching on Thursdays at 1 p.m. In our group as well.
Very cool. So, if you're watching and you want to, get a certification in HighLevel, it's not from us, it's from them. But, Steph and Melissa, I know, built a great program over there. And I'm sure you guys are, doing nothing but improving that and maybe even to end up working at Extendly to help support high levelers. If you're interested in that, it sounds like a great opportunity. But talk to me about what I would say, the success so far of the white labeled support that you guys offer. If I'm sitting here and I'm hearing that, and I'm like, is that really realistic that somebody else could run the support for my SaaS customers and that would actually work? How has it been going? How many folks have you guys helped so far? Give me some insight.
Yeah, absolutely. So, last time when we did our spotlight session, we were just getting started. It had been a few months into Extendly, and we were right at about 50 or 60-ish customers at the time. And today we're well over 700 agencies that are using us.
Wow.
For support purposes and other things. White label support in particular, when you have a team that's dedicated, their job is nothing but to learn the system, provide knowledge and troubleshooting to your customers. It really, really helps. And our team, we've got a white label support side of the team, and we have an agency support side of the team, and we've purposely sort of kept them separate. One is in Slack channel, the agency owners get a private Slack channel. They come in, ask any questions, and so agency side of the support team helps them answer those questions as needed, whether they're troubleshooting or running into problems, whatever the case may be, especially if they're using one of our products or services like snapshots or other products, right? And then the white labeled support team is in the live chat, helping. Matter of fact, in March 2023, we're going 24/7. So right now we've been sort of quietly been 24/7, just testing the waters and to make sure we have enough supporting staff in different shifts. But March 2023, we're going to be officially 24/7 with our live chat support there as well. So the benefit of and the success that agencies are finding using us as a white label support partner is we're focused on just helping learn and teach HighLevel to our agents and as well as their customers, right? So we sort of draw a fine line and we say, hey, we'll sit there and teach you how to use HighLevel, right? But what we won't do is go take on a task and just do it for you. And the reason we sort of do that is because we want them to learn HighLevel. We want their users to also learn HighLevel. So our team, even on the white label side, will literally hop on a Zoom call with their white label customer, and they'll walk them through, hey, click here, do this, do X, do Y, do Z, right? And walk them through how to set up a campaign, how to set up a workflow, whatever the question may be, instead of just saying, hey, no worries, we'll go ahead and do it for you. But then the customer doesn't learn, they come back and rely on you again, right? So we want to be able to teach them how to, and that sort of methodology has helped a lot. We get a lot of thumbs up and loves in the chat comments that we see. So it's been working well. I'm sure there are times that we're not perfect either, and we've fallen behind. That happens. But the important part is we stand behind our product. If we have a customer that's gotten upset, and from time to time, I'm sure that's happened. We're there to still support them and help them and actually walk them through. The customers get upset and frustrated only because they feel their problem hasn't been solved or someone hasn't listened to them well enough to actually solve their problem. So, once you let them know, hey, no matter what, we're going to take the time, although it's taking longer, but we're going to take the time to solve this problem, and we're going to make sure that it is resolved, right? And once it's resolved, then they're happy. They're really happy. They're excited that you actually fixed their problem.
Of course. That's awesome. I think, again, there are a few folks like Beant and Extendly in the community, around the community, that can support you in a white labeled fashion. definitely a great option to consider if you're going into SaaS mode and you don't want to have to become an expert in every little nook and cranny of HighLevel. Getting white labeled support, I think, is a really good idea to ensure that your clients have a great experience, and you can just focus on kind of selling and building your white labeled SaaS business.
Right. And especially if you're, when you're with the whole SaaS offer, you're literally a software company. You've now become a software company along with your marketing services that you're providing. And generally, people expect a software company to have a good support team. And if you're a provider that goes out and says, hey, we have a 24/7 live chat support team that can support you. Well, guess what? That means, they actually think you're serious about this business. It's not just something that someone started from their garage, right? You have to have that manpower behind it to be able to provide a 24/7 support team. So it actually helps you on your sales side.
I was just going to say, yeah, seeing that on the page, 24/7 live chat support is a pretty strong proposition to have on your sales page. That would definitely give you a competitive advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beant, one of the reasons I love chatting with you, and we do a lot of webinars with your community, so I can't remember if we've talked about this before in a spotlight session or if it was one of your interviews, but you are a man of many businesses. You are not just focused on Extendly, but you're actually using HighLevel in other businesses that you own, which I think is great. I love to see people using the product themselves so that they are kind of on the forefront of being able to help others. Talk to us about some of your other businesses and how you're using HighLevel in them.
Yeah. So, I got my start with my security company where we do surveillance systems for businesses. I've been operating that since 2004. So it's been a number of years. Company's successful, and at this time, it's been able to run without me having to manage the day-to-day, which I'm really, really thankful. That's the first company where I learned how to exit from day-to-day.
Nice.
If you can't, then you really can't run the business, right? So we use HighLevel there it's a service company, so if this is more on B2B side, but if most people can probably relate it to like home services style businesses, right? So we have the same HighLevel functionality there. So doing estimates, following up with sales, your missed call, text back, and live web chat widget and whatnot. So HighLevel is fully engraved into our sales process, our marketing process, our support process, so that we can help our customers, continue to have that follow up there, and so we don't lose touch with them. And then sort of same thing on my pizza businesses. So I own a few restaurants as well, and they're pizza shops around the San Francisco Bay Area here in California. But we have implemented HighLevel from day one when we purchased them, and matter of fact, that story is so exciting. It probably requires another spotlight. But in a nutshell, we've just by implementing HighLevel, we've actually been able to double our sales at those stores. And I'm not talking about just one store. Multiple stores have increased in literally doubling the sales revenue within 1 year of buying them, having a HighLevel implemented. And we didn't do anything crazy with that as well, right? All we did was implemented the very basics of HighLevel inside those businesses. So your missed call text back, connecting to GMB, right? The call recording and the call routing with the tracking number, and a few other things. And all that did was made sure every call we missed or every call we came in, we informed them about that. Hey, did you know you can order online? And here's our link. And we saw phone orders go down and online orders increase significantly. So that helped there as well.
I love it. I am a huge pizza head. So the fact that you've got pizza shops is amazing. I think it might be in my retirement plans to open up one of my own. So I'll have to steal your HighLevel secrets when it comes to pizza shops someday. But you guys have a big A big day coming up, right? Super Bowl Sunday's in a couple of weeks. I'm sure you guys are going to get slammed. Are you doing some Super Bowl promotion?
Yeah, that's a really really busy day. Probably the busiest. It's busier than Christmas as well. So it's the busiest day in the history of pizza business. Last year was the first time when we experienced it as pizza business owners, and the stores just went nuts. We were prepared. We knew this was going to happen, so had extra staff, and I was actually sort of watching the stores as well, just to see who needs help and where do we need to call in additional people in. But yeah, so that's going to be exciting to see this year as well. And absolutely, so we did some promotions as well, and it's already started where we're telling people that, hey, Super Bowl Sunday's coming up, prepare for your party, order with us, and here's how you can order online. If you order ahead by this day, you get a discount and this and that. All right, so it helps, and all that's being utilized using HighLevel.
I love it. Hopefully if you're watching and you work with restaurants or, this works for any number of businesses, right? I love to teach marketing as, hey, you basically need to create a way to build a database, right? And I don't know if Beant has like a first-time visitor offer for his pizza shops, but whatever it is that you can get people opting in, once you've grown that list, you then can reactivate it whenever you want, right? And I think for restaurants, Super Bowl is an obvious opportunity to reactivate that database with an email, design it in 10 minutes, or grab a template from the email builder that, hey, Super Bowl's coming up. I love the idea of placing orders ahead of time so that their staff can get ahead of the game. But I'm going to bet that you guys are going to generate a ton of additional revenue based on just sending out that text campaign or that email campaign, reminding people that, oh yeah, Super Bowl Sunday's in 2 weeks. I would love to have a pizza chicken wing combo for the family ready to go. Oh, I can order it ahead of time and save. Sounds great. Boom. That's just going to amount to a ton of increased revenue. And don't get hung up on the fact that we're talking about a pizza shop. This could be applied to anything, right? Every holiday, every seasonal change, national food days. There's a million opportunities to create a story around why you're reactivating your database. But the point is, every business, you first need that database of customers, of potential customers. And, I'm always shocked at how many businesses don't yet have that. And, with HighLevel, we can take care of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a matter of fact, majority of the businesses out there are not doing the most basic type of marketing, right? Which is just, set and forget style. It's not even, you have to actively do things, right? And HighLevel is a perfect tool to allows marketing agencies to, go talk to a business and educate them on this and set this up for them, right? Even if it's the most base level, Sean talks about this, just missed call text back, right? That alone is a huge deal. And being able to build that list or have that list come in and populate into the CRM, whether it's someone going to the website using the web chat widget, or someone just calling in through your Google GMB and getting that text message back, you're actually populating that list over time, right? And now you're able to use that to do a blast. You can do an SMS blast, although I recommend doing, blasts in a slower drip mode campaign instead of just all at once, just for higher deliverability purposes. But you utilize those. In our case of, the Super Bowl Sunday that we're talking about, it's not the fact that we're using HighLevel to be in front of them, right? Everyone's going to order from some place, right? And if we didn't have HighLevel to send out these blasts to them, then we would have had to rely on traditional marketing, which is much more expensive, right? Sending out these mailers and whatnot to people's homes to educate them that, hey, we don't forget about us when you're ordering, for your Super Bowl Sunday. But now we can easily do that through the text message blast and and be in front of them so we can help them plan their Super Bowl Sunday instead of someone else getting in, another competitive company getting in and saying, hey, order from us and we've got a bigger discount. Well, if you just help them plan it in advance, now, regardless of whatever the offer is, they're likely going to order with you.
So you've mentioned several times the power of like the missed call text back and stuff. And I'd love to use this opportunity to flesh that out for people, because I don't know if everyone quite understands how big of this is as an opportunity for a business around just phone calls in general. I've been surprised to see people white label HighLevel and build a SaaS business around just those sort of features. Just saying, hey, what if we could turn all your phone calls into text message conversations? And that alone has been enough for somebody to say, sure, I'll pay $100 a month for that, or I'll pay $200 a month for that. As a business owner, a pizza shop owner, talk to me about the power of turning a phone call, which means you and I have to be engaged at the same time, into an asynchronous conversation of SMS where I can reply to you when I want to, and also be replying to other people kind of at the same time, right? What does that do for a business?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first off, especially for pizza shops or any business that's receiving phone calls, right now, today, if you're not using HighLevel, those calls are just coming into your regular desk phone, right, or your Comcast number or whatever, AT&T, whatever, whoever you have it from. And there's not really a huge log unless you've got some sophisticated IVR system in place of those numbers. The first thing that HighLevel does is it's creating an entry into your CRM as a contact. Every single call that comes in, now you can go back and see how many times this person's called us, and even listen to call recording if you have call recording enabled, and it's all in one place, right? And then you take the opportunity to, every time there's a missed call, send them a text message back, so you can engage with them. And if they message you back, then you can respond, and so on and so forth as well. In our case, what we've done is, originally we did a missed call text back where it was only when a call was missed. Then we would text them back and say, hey, we noticed you called in. Sorry, we couldn't answer. Did you know you can order online? And here's our link, right? And then we noticed that's great. But what if we actually turned this into, just from missed call to every call, regardless of whether the call is missed or not, even if we answered it, what if we turned it into every call text back? So then what we did was, and this is what really helped grow the online ordering business as well, is every call, regardless if it's a missed call or not, it would send back a message saying, thank you for calling our pizza place. And by the way, did you know, or I think it says, were we able to help you? And by the way, did you know you can also order online? So even if they ordered with us, now we're still educating them that next time you can order online. Right. So that helped. And then we were saying, okay, every call that is completed, that is, a call that we took, that is not a missed call, we're going to send that message back. And next morning, we're going to send them a review request as well, because we know they called in, they must have ordered, right? A while till you're going to call a pizza shop, right?
Yeah.
They must have ordered. Let's check back with them and see how their experience was. And that generated review requests as well. So, one thing to the next, and it kind of leads into.
I love that. And I want to interject here, because I feel like a lot of times we get hung up on the statistical outliers, right? Well, what do you mean you text back everyone? What if they were just calling and asking your hours, right? And now you're going to send them a review request? Yeah, who cares? That's like what, 10%, 5% of the calls, right? You're looking for the net positive, which far outweighs the one or two people who might be like, I was just calling to get directions or something like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're absolutely right. So don't focus on the small percentage. Focus on the big picture, that how much of a positive impact it's actually having for your business.
I love it. Hopefully you guys have the gears turning. We're talking pizza shops, which I love, but again, this could be applied to pretty much any business, right? And I love it. A lot of times we get so into like the crazy things that we can do, but you pointed out the really basic fact that just, hey, every call that comes in becomes a contact, right? So I could then go back and listen to the calls. I can see what my employees are saying on these calls. I could, oh, that was a really good call. You know what? I'm going to call that person back and let them know that we have a pizza lovers text club or a gift of the month or whatever it may be for whatever business. Can I add you to that list, right? You can do whatever you want when you're able to go back and review and what, we didn't get your name or we didn't get your email. We'd love to be able to send you this or and fill out that contact record, create a customer, a long-time recurring customer from those phone calls that are coming in. I love the fact that you guys are turning every call into an SMS conversation. I would be doing exactly that. I probably wouldn't even be answering the phone. I'd be sending people straight into my voicemail and just saying, hey, you're going to get a text back from us in a second, and just text everyone back. Because I think, and from what I'm seeing across the landscape, it's true. Businesses that are able to asynchronously converse, you're able to converse with so many more people, right? One person can have 10 text conversations at the same time, versus if I'm on the phone, I can't really be doing anything else. And so that alone, massive opportunity. And so
we were just talking about pizza shops, but to give our audience an example of other businesses. So I was talking about my security company as well, right? So home service businesses can do the exact same thing. At my security company, we've sort of applied the same exact concept that we did at the pizza shops there. The only thing difference is our messaging back. So every time a call comes in, so we actually have an IVR system there. So we couldn't do a missed call text back because the IVR picks up every call is completed regardless, right? So and that's sort of where it started, the idea of, hey, why don't we just do it for every call? We send a text message back saying, hey, were we able to help you? By the way, if you were calling regarding sales, go ahead and click on this link and schedule a sales demo with us, right? And if it was regarding support, just text us back and someone in support will respond back to you. We sort of started qualifying, were we able to help you or not? Was this regarding sales? Was this regarding support? And that's helped our team there be better engaged with our customers as well.
I love it. I think the sky's the limit. And if you can take your inbound and turn them into text conversations, continue the conversation, I think it's a massive opportunity. I think, the rules are changing, right? We're getting all these new regulations from ADP 10 DLC or whatever. I'm so impressed with the way that our team is handling that, building it all into HighLevel, making it really easy for you to establish the trust that needs to be established and whatnot. And for the businesses that go through that, it's funny because I'm seeing, there's a lot of frustration in general around it right now. But once we get through it and, the carriers kind of everyone kind of smooths out the wrinkles and whatnot, it's actually going to get way better as long as you're not spamming, right? But when you're doing things like this, real business applications that people appreciate via SMS, the results are going to get even better. And so, again, hopefully you guys are seeing the opportunity around just this handful of features that we've been talking about. We haven't even scratched the surface of everything else that you can do in HighLevel, but you could go build a white labeled SaaS business around just a handful of these things. There are people out there doing it every day. Beant's helping them out. And he's also, he's not just what was the saying from those commercials? He's not just a member, he's also a customer, right? He's got his own businesses that is running these things in the wild. And so you can rest assured that he knows what he's talking about. Beant, go ahead.
That's what sort of helps us see the other side as well. If I was only on the Extendly side and we weren't doing the white label SaaS experience ourselves, and I didn't have these businesses where I was actually using it for myself, right? I wouldn't have had all of the insight that we do now, applying that to Extendly and helping other agency owners learn from that and actually implement it for themselves as well. So I think having sort of all of that has been a blessing to us to be able to provide the knowledge that we are able to, and in supporting the agencies that we do support.
I love it. Well, we certainly appreciate the support that you're providing the HighLevel community. I know that you guys have a stellar reputation, and so I was excited to bring you on, celebrate your new acquisitions. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover before we wrap up?
In regards to that, so we wanted to sort of celebrate with everyone. So we're going to be offering a lot of different services, and to help with our goal of helping agencies make their life easier with using HighLevel. We put together a small little gift for everyone. So it's a SaaS funnel template, a launch your SaaS checklist guide, and as well as a SaaS sales pitch deck. So if people go to getextendly.com/free, they'll be able to see it there and opt in and receive that. And hopefully that helps you, get started a little bit further in your SaaS journey. And of course, if you need support or other, want to learn HighLevel, feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to help.
Very cool. Last question for you. I was blown away when I saw the statistics around how much money folks in SaaS mode made in 2022. Talk to me about that. What are you seeing? What kind of numbers are you seeing that the folks that you're helping out doing in monthly revenue? I'm assuming you see the revenue, yeah?
Yeah, so some customers, share that with us. I won't put any of their information out there, because there's a really wide range. Some are really, really successful with hundreds and thousands of SaaS customers that they have, and some are just getting started, trying to figure out get their first customer, the second, and so on and so forth. But the very nice thing about SaaS is, aside from the sales revenues, is profitability. The profitability is amazing. You can, especially with having to use, having third-party parties like us, for example, support being in place. You're not having to hire inside staff. You're not having to train them. You don't have to have an HR person to manage that, right? You're paying a fee to a company, and they're doing all of that for you. And all you're left to do is sort of focus on selling your SaaS, marketing your SaaS, prospecting, doing those demos, and selling it, right? And that makes your profitability really, really high. And it can range depending on how well you run your business. Almost everyone should be above the 50% mark, regardless. I don't care how bad you do it. You've got to be above the 50%, because simple metrics. They're only paying $497 a month to HighLevel. That's it. And $500 or so to us if they're using one of our top tier support plans, right? So if you're paying $1,000 in a month to a company that provides your backend support, the entire dev team, and a company that supports your customers, right? And then all you have left is your software, other marketing subscriptions and whatnot that you may be and costs related to that, and paying yourself, right? So if you're at $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in monthly recurring revenue, you're taking most of that home because your costs are $1,000.
That's a great point. I think statistically, I think the numbers were about $96 million generated by SaaS mode agencies. And when you divide it out by the amount of folks that are in SaaS mode right now, or that were in 2022, it worked out to be around, I think, 40 something thousand per year on average, right? So imagine if you could just open up a $40,000 annual revenue stream that, as Beant mentioned, is like 90% margin. It's a pretty good idea. So hopefully, if you haven't thought about going into SaaS mode yet, you start to take it seriously, because the numbers are just amazing, and it's really going to explode in 2023, and I'm super excited.
That's sort of why, Chase, we've been so hyper focused on helping agencies, because I realized that people that are using HighLevel, if they're not giving it a fair shot and not giving it a fair, getting a fair understanding of how to use this thing, they may be missing out on a huge opportunity. Right, HighLevel is really becoming the backbone of the marketing agencies, and it's a great opportunity, software platform wise. Right, you don't have to go out and get your own dev team to build everything that costs millions of dollars. you're paying $497 a month. I mean, what a deal, right? And all you need to do is invest the time to learn the platform. Right? You invest the time to learn the platform, and now you figure out how to sell it. And you don't even have to put the mind together to figure it out. That's already been done. There's people like us and you guys, everyone's coaching and telling you this is where you start with this, then add on, make your own packages thereafter, but at least start here. Right? And what a great opportunity to not give it a full shot and maybe miss out and then regret later. Right.
That's a great point. And I think, we spent a lot of time in Q4 building our new quick wins playbook, where we want everyone to start, like the quickest wins that you could use HighLevel to provide every business that you work with. And that's really what I think the core of SaaS mode is, right? Start with those things, sell it for $100, $200 a month. But the sky's the limit as far as expanding beyond that, right? And we're going to talk a lot about that at the mastermind of, you can choose your own adventure from there, right? Maybe you want to sell the core stuff and websites and SEO and whatever you want to do. There's a million different ways that you can go, but it's all kind of up from there. And so hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully, if you are stuck, reach out to us, reach out to someone like Beant, because, the success that we're seeing is just amazing, and 2023's numbers are going to be absolutely mind-blowing.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be an amazing year.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for all the great work you guys are doing in the community. Always a pleasure to have you on, Beant.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Look forward to seeing you in person soon. And thanks, as always, for you guys for watching. We will see you in the next one.